Gentlemen, good evening. I was hesitant on doing this live stream. I was a little hesitant. You know what I'm saying? This was going to be one I probably was going to put in the archive. But for some reason, something said, nah, do it. So I'm going to do this live stream. And hopefully, I can get this point across to you folks. We have a very serious situation as we depart in 2024. Like I've been telling you for the longest, we have a situation where our politics, our entertainment, our education system, our health system, our healthcare system is all crumbling, especially in the black community. I'm talking about our community. It's crumbling right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? People who we had as people to be able to follow and guide us in the right way are proving that they are not the right people. Family and friends is all discombobulated. You know, I mean, it's really looking like we are going into a deep abyss. And it's like kind of nervousing when you look at it. But if we don't address these situations and talk about these situations, we won't recognize situations. So we're going to talk about it. I wanted to cover this lady when I seen her 2 years ago. I was looking at Tiffany. I was like, yo, she just don't have the right look for a community mayor, a leader. She really looks like she could be a video vixen. I'm sorry. I was looking at I was looking at the eyelashes, coming all the way like this. This is how eyelashes look to me. You know what I'm saying? This is her eyelashes. And so I was like, I don't know. That's not the right image. I was always looking at her long blonde hair. And I was like, and I was listening to her. I was like, oh, she sounds like, where's she from? Chicago? I was like, ooh, Chicago got something right now. So I was looking at the situation. And I was like, this woman looks like a problem. And when you look at these individuals from Umar Johnson to Tiffany to Sean Combs to Sean Carter, they all seem as if they have the same characteristic. And these are the traits that we have to watch and pay attention to. So let's do a quick rundown because we know who Umar Johnson is. You know what I'm saying? We know who Umar Johnson is. We know who Sean Carter is. We know who Sean Combs is. But let's just let us know who this woman, Tiffany Henyard, is. Okay, she's now like 40, but she was 37 when she became the youngest mayor of Chicago, but Dalton County. Okay, Dalton County. She was the first female mayor ever, black person, black mayor, and then the youngest. So she definitely had her ego up. You know what I'm saying? Her ego was higher than with Kanye West. And so she proved it because she went on a shopping spree. She bought banners and posters and flyers of herself and painted the town Tiffany Henyard. Okay, it's Tiffany Henyard, the first black woman, the first black this. Oh, I mean, she made sure that the town, which is a predominantly black town, I mean, like, hello, that's kind of weird. That's kind of really weird when you think about it, though. It's like 90% black people there, and she was the first. No, I apologize. She was the first female. What? That don't make no sense. She was the youngest female, the first black woman in office. Okay, so she's proud of that, and she's letting the world know she spent a few $1,000s on that. Because you gotta remember, banners and posters don't just cost; they cost some bread. And when you paint your town with that, people's like, where this money coming from? And so when I look at Umar Johnson, like I said, this is going to be a back and forth comparison. I'm going to do a back and forth comparison because you guys got to understand. Okay, I need you to stay focused with me. These type of people, if you don't have your radar on them, if you don't have them underneath a microscope, if you don't pay attention to them, they will use their power and they will go through the walls, through the roof, through the ceiling, through the floors, and they would be like a mouse. You won't even see them. And so Umar Johnson, he was he came into the spot. He was just in China. He was in Arabia. He was in Australia. Well, he just came from Australia. He was in Africa. He was in Cuba. He was in Panama. He was in Kuwait. You know what I'm saying? He went all over the place with the people money. Just like the tax dollars money from the town of Dalton, Umar Johnson and her from the same cloth. Okay, they from the same cloth. They showboatish. They like to see themselves. They like to hear themselves, and you can't tell them nothing. So let's get, like I said, let's give you a breakdown of her, and then I'm gonna be flip flopping with her and Umar, okay? Because I need you to understand that we are in trouble. But let me just go a little bit more into her, okay? She has the follow the leader type of attitude. You know, this y'all might not know it's down the tunnel. So therefore, y'all just need to follow the leader because I know. Okay? Sound like Umar, like, yo, I'm the new black leader. Okay? Because see, people like this, we as black folks, if we're not going to really rectify the problem, people like this need white folks to come in and rectify the problem. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take white folks to really rectify the problem with Dalton County because it's a lot of corruption, just like it's corruption with FDMG, like it's corruption in Bad Boy and corruption in Rockefeller. It's corruption all in everything that we do. And it seems as if we don't have the capacity of running legitimate, legal, anything, whether it's a campaign, whether it's an education fund, whether it's a record label, whether it's a business, whether it's a family. We are proving something, and this is really starting to scare me. Okay, folks. But let me just keep you focused. I want to keep you on the playing fields right now. I don't want to send you down the slippery slope too quick. We call her the super mayor. Okay, she's called the super mayor. She called herself the super mayor. Umar Johnson called him King T'Challa. Okay, I'm bringing you the comparison because Umar Johnson is no different than she, and she's no different than Umar, and they no different than Sean Combs and Diddy. We're going to see because they all have deep secrets, but we're going to reveal them. You know, saying they all, you know, she was rock with a stop the violence movement, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how a lot of these people do it. You know what I'm saying? They roll with something that you can roll with, violence. So they use violence and they use a microphone and talk against this violence. They give you that powerful talk about this violence. But that's just their way inside your mind so that you can think that they really for them, you know, for your streets. She became a trustee, elected trustee. You know what I'm saying? So that, what do a trustee do in the township? They deal with everything. You know what I'm saying? Deal with management of the township, from the budget, record keeping, finances. You know, understand? Homelessness, poor people, the community centers. This is what they all involved with. The trustees of the township, they have the power in voting and making sure that the money goes here and will go there. See, every city, every state is pretty much different. You know what I'm saying? Like in Long Island is New York, but it's still Long Island. They have their own little mayor, they have their own township, they have this, that. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of different city elected officials outside the city themselves. So she was the she was the supervisor of the town. Not just so she was the mayor of Dalton, but she was a supervisor of 17 counties, 17 little towns. That's a lot of power. And she's only 37 years of age. A lot of power. She was a trustee, you know what I'm saying, at this time. She was a trustee. And see, she was paying attention to how things was moving, how things was being moved. And trust me, She's seen the corruption side too. There's no way in life you don't see the corruption of how to finagle shit with receipts and this and that. And once you know who's in charge of paying attention to what, so she understood that as a trustee, and she wanted that power, and she became the mayor of Dalton County. She formed the dream team. You know what I'm saying? She had a bunch of trustees on her party, her slate. And it wasn't that the people really in the town was feeling her. They was really feeling the other people because they know that these people was really somewhat genuine. So she had put together a team of people that the people in the, no matter what was going to support because they support them, which boosted her because she was the main character. So she knew what she was doing. She was finessing it. You could tell that she's from a street mentality. Just like Umar, you could tell that he wants to be street, but he operates street mentality. You could tell that. And so where it goes to misuse of finances. Same with Umar Johnson. It's always about the misuse of finances. It's taking your ego, taking your pride, taking your everything, and misuse of finances. Once again, here we go, black folks, we misusing finances. What is she doing with the finances? Well, we won't know because, she has the power to make sure that people just don't find out what they doing with the finances. Don't that sound something like Umar Johnson? But how is an elected official keeping the people out of knowing what's going on with the finances? She knows how to play the game. She was a trustee. She those people who she felt was against her, she got rid of them. She eradicated them ASAP. She had a group of people named this dude Jason House. You know what I'm saying? He was a trustee. Kiana Belcher. I think this chick, she fired. Kiana Belcher, she fired her. Allison Key was the clerk. She shut her up. The clerk like, yo, where's the minutes? These are not the official minutes. But she like, F your minutes. That's how Umar Johnson was moving, like a tyrant. F the boy. I don't need no boy. I make all rules. This is why I say white America needs to get a hold of this situation. Because white America is only going to be the ones who's going to take the situation and bring it to light. It's for some reason we're not going to really bring it to the light that it needs to be. We might try, but we're not going to bring it to the light that it needs to be. So her crime is misuse of funds, just like Umar Johnson. But no one's bringing him up no one's filing a case against him because it's like, how do you file a case against him for misuse of finances? But like I say, sometimes you just got to push and keep pushing and keep pushing. So let's see where this goes. Okay. Her first day in, her inauguration, $20,000 it cost, damn near. $20,000 for her inauguration. The town of Dalton has a population of about like 22 some thousand people. So it was like $1 a person. Okay, $1 a person. So then she probably did the math. It's only going to cost $1 a person. The taxpayer is going to pay for it. Well, it's just $1 a person. 20 some $1,000 her inauguration cost because she has to showboat. You know what I'm saying? These type of people, they love the showboat. With no budget, they showboating. So she spent $20,000, and then her first day in, the first board meeting, she says there's going to be some changes. Basically, what was going on before is all going to that comes to an end. I'm the dictator. What he do? He says Umar Johnson, he can't be in the school. He can't work in the school system with other people. So he made some changes. When he looked in the mirror and said, there's going to be some changes. I'm about to become the new dictator. I'm going to open my own school. I'm going to hustle the people. Like she hustled the trustees and she hustled everybody into her situation. That's Umar Johnson. They know how to, these people, they sit back like snakes. Hold on, folks. They sit back like little snakes. Snakes in the grass. They know how to attack. They know how to move. They know how to maneuver. Like I say, she's now the supervisor of the town of Thornton. 17 communities. This woman, when I first seen her, I really knew that she was a problem. And I knew that she was going to be a great embarrassment. And honestly, She used the black woman card all day. I'm a single black woman. She used that shit all day. We be using this black power as a spell for us to get what we need. And then once we get the people, yeah, black power, single black woman, yo, we gotta support it. Then just show our true colors. Let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? You think that they don't show true colors? And now I'm about to also bring it to a comparison to Sean Combs and Diddy. Okay? Because she got me a little nervous and she has me very scared because I'm thinking about something very deep. Because when you look at the Sean Combs and the Sean Carter and just the human trafficking, they need people in position. They need people in place. They need politicians that's down with the shenanigans. Okay? They need people in place. Now, Dalton might not be a big place, but it's still Chicago. It's still a big city. Okay? It's a big city. And everybody can play positions. What got me nervous now is this little nasty story. Before we get to that, one of her chief of staff, like I said, she was just firing people left and right. Let me show you how wicked she is and compared to Umar again. One of her chief of staffs, you know what I'm saying? Kiana, I think that's her name, Kiana. This woman, Kiana, said that her father, she was dealing with her father, and his father, he was sick. He was always getting sick, and she, was taking away her energy, was taking away her health as well. Her health was deteriorating. And what happens with her? She has a heart attack. She's in the hospital for 2 days. And this mayor, Tiffany, she says, that's no reason for you to be off. Like Umar Johnson, like, yo, dog, I'm up at the school. I'm hungry. I need some food. I got to get some food. You're not responding to me. I'm hitting you up. I'm calling you. That's what happened with this woman. She was calling her. And Tiffany never responded. Umar never responded. I go home, take a shower, get me some food. And what happens? He want to fire me because I'm not at the school because I have the key. What? Nigga, you should have answered your phone every time I called you. You see how these people move? On some wicked shit. Hold on, folks. I'm sorry. Sorry. Mucus. I was eating some candy. Shouldn't have been eating all that candy. Sugar. Mucus. Watch our health, folks. Let's watch our health. Excuse me. Excuse me. My nose clean? Hopefully it is. Hopefully my nose clean. Sorry. So this woman right here, she's a major problem. And I mean, she's a problem for our black women, our black queens, because it's not looking too good for her. And I'm going to tell you why, because like I say, I don't know how this story gets to a sexual assault, or SA, but it makes it there, okay? And that's what I'm saying with Umar Johnson, his school, and the way he maneuvers, I can see an SA happening within his school, the way he maneuvers. But let's get into it, you know what I'm saying? We're going to take our time a little bit, okay? So she fires this woman. So this goes to show you what type of woman she is, you know what I'm saying? She's ruthless. Okay, so she fires this lady because she goes to the hospital and she's in the hospital for 2 days with a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? No flowers to the hospital, nothing. Just, yo, that's no reason for you to be. Well, she didn't fire, but she stepped down. This one stepped down. The other ones got fired. This woman's a tyrant. Like Umar, want to be a tyrant. And so they got the lawyers on this woman. They got the county lawyers on this woman. Why? Because this woman has a problem. I got to take Umar Johnson to court. What is it up with us black folks? Why do we get into these positions? Why do we get power and then we mishandle it? What is wrong with us? This is very spooky because we fight so hard to get in the position, and then we just find it so easy to lose the position. And like I said, we about to hand over our power back to white people. White power is about to come into place because black power don't seem to want to light up a room. Black power seems to be the darkest power on the planet. Because why is that we always have corruption? Okay? Corruption always around the corner. You ready for some corruption? They was tired of this woman. They was very tired of this woman. So they tried to vote her out. They went to the lawyers and they tried to get a recall. A recall on their vote. They tried to recall their vote. They tried to pull back on their vote. And it actually went through. The people, when they voted, damn near 50% in regards to recalling the vote. But somehow, some way, I don't know what this woman did. Okay, now she has a boyfriend, but I don't know what this woman did behind the scenes. I don't know what she did. I don't know whose legs she opened, who she let in between her legs. I don't know who she gave head to. I don't know what this woman did. But for some reason, the people said that no, it was null and void. Like, nope. That's what I'm saying. What was the other woman that was from Maine? I think it was Maine. She was on the beach twerking. She was standing there doing handstands and twerking. Understand what I'm saying? They want these women in these positions. They want certain black women in these positions. They want certain black women in these powerful positions. Y'all gotta pay attention. In political, in the school system, the board of directors, they want and need certain black women to be in position to help with everything that they do and push the agenda. Let's get into a little bit more, because they have a trip to Vegas. After, saying she beat everybody, she rubs it in their face. I ain't going nowhere. And that's the thumbnail that you see. That image, that was posters and banners that she posted all up and down the county of Dalton. Okay? And probably Thornton too. Thornton Township, every town, except all those 17 counties, I'm pretty sure they had that as well. Because she won her face. She's the supervisor, so I'm pretty sure she pasted and painted the town blonde. Because she loved the blonde hair. Umar Johnson. When he thought that he won in court, he quick to jump on Facebook and Instagram and on Twitter, whatever he was on, and say Don upset because he lost the case. Don quick to throw it in the face. Quick to jump up and down and throw it in the face. You see her? Quick to jump up and down and throw it in the people's face. I ain't going nowhere, and put posters up. I'm the mayor forever. Like, what? So I can just imagine the people in that town and just going in a frenzy. And you've been seeing, because we've been hearing this. We've been hearing about this. It's been popping up on our feed. This is Chicago, but we've been seeing you. We've been seeing you for all this time, from 2021 to this present day. We've been seeing you. We've been seeing you. I know I've seen you. And I wanted to do a video on you because I ain't like your eyelashes. It was something about your eyelashes that just stood out to me. They was just too long for a mayor. I'm like, how you gonna read all that information with those eyelashes like that? How can you read all that information? Oh shit. How can you read all that information with your eyelashes this long? What's up, Anti? I'm trying to figure out, do you have eyelashes this long? And if you do, how can you read all the legislation that's coming through? How can you read all the information that you got to read when your eyelashes, in emails, when your eyelashes this long? And this is her eyelashes that long. And so, but that's not it. So they go to Vegas. She take a staff of, I think it was like 13 people, and they go to Vegas. Because they go for this economic development conference. Okay, economic development conference. She take the staff into it. They having a good old time, So they go to the conference, but they still in Vegas. From Chicago to Vegas. Little town in Chicago to Vegas. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from those people. I'm pretty sure they doing things in their lives and traveling, but not this group. This looked like a group that was really stuck with Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Just to me. It's not like, I don't think this was really the get out of Chicago type crew. So I think this was her way of doing the vacation, giving back, but at the same time, a setup, a sacrifice. because she had a one of her constituents that she had underneath her wings that she was putting on, a younger woman that she was putting on. But I think it was a sacrifice. I think it was a sacrifice because I don't think this man worked alone. His name was what's his name? Andrew something. Andrew Holmes. Andrew Holmes was one of those community, like whenever things happen in the community and you always see the person, he's the liaison for that. He was like the liaison for community action in crisis and things. Yeah, he was a crisis responder. Okay, so this dude is a crisis responder and he's on the trip. And like the girl said, the girls, she said that, they would have a relationship. They was close. They was cool. She called him uncle. But when uncle got a chance to be with her, for some reason, she said that she got drugged. Sound like Diddy, right? Something was spiked in drink because they were drinking. The next thing she wake up in this hotel. I kind of believe 1000% Tiffany knew about this. I think that Tiffany put him onto it. I really think that Tiffany put him onto that. Why would Umar do some content on this woman when it's too close to home? You know what I'm saying? This is way too close to home. This is way too close to home. And that's what I'm saying. I'm really comparing the back and forth because their character and their attitude seem too similar. And when I say get white folks need to be involved because black folks, for some reason, unless a tragedy like this that took place in Vegas, say they not really going to really step up unless they feel their money's being touched. And that's what happened with Umar. The money's being touched, people not seeing no receipts, and now the people are upset. But if Umar was just playing the game and just playing the game, he could have escaped a little bit longer. He don't want the white people to get a hold of this and Tiffany hating him. Nah, he don't want that. He don't want to give a spotlight to her because what can he say? He can't defend this woman. He can't stand there and say, "Oh, this black queen is being harassed by the white infrastructure," because it's not the white infrastructure that went at her. It was the black infrastructure. It was the black people who seen that this woman was no good with the help of the white lawyers. But trust me, there's a lot of white people that be at the board that they ain't with it neither. You know what I'm saying? They not with it neither. So this woman's underneath some fire. Now Umar ain't gonna touch that. She used money from one town to fund trips. Oh, I ain't get to those notes yet. Yeah, yo, look, this woman was out of control because after used money, she used money for Wayfair and Target and Best Buy and Amazon. This woman was like, I don't care. In the year 2023, this woman spent $42,000 alone just in Amazon on the credit card. Not her credit card, but the township credit card. That's amazing. It sounds like Umar Johnson, right? Just spending money. And when I look at the total, I'm talking about she spent over $60,000 on just this one credit card in the year 2023 alone on things like from Wayfair, Best Buy, and I'm pretty sure they trying to finesse it, like you know what I'm saying. No, this is for office supplies, and we bought the no, there's not that much office supplies that you got to buy for this township. What should I say? Not the township, but for the village. Not for this village hall. Not like city hall. Not for village hall. You don't need all this new furniture. You're only there for this 4 years. You're gonna be out. You're one-term mayor. But she feels that she got to spend all this money, and all the way down to Christmas time, she was buying holiday gifts. She was buying holiday gifts, let alone just trips. You saying that they fired Andrew? That dude Andrew Holmes. No, they actually fired. Well, they fired him from that crisis, being the crisis responder. You know what I'm saying? But he still was a trustee. And that's what made me say, yo, and he was not just a trustee, but he's sitting right next to her after this woman filed sexual assault charges. And then she's filed sexual assault charges. Tiffany defends him. That's what made me say, I think that she set that girl up. Because she had the girl underneath her wing, like, I'm gonna show you how to do this, yo. I'm gonna show you how to do this, son. And at the very end, yo, you can take my position, but I'm showing you how to play this game. You're gonna have to get with this man, and you're gonna have to learn how to get with other men to sleep with for what you have to get with. So it's like I think that this dude was the buck breaker. He had to break her in. So once he break her in, because he was disgusted with it. He was just blunt with it. He was FaceTiming her butt ass naked. He's FaceTiming her, showing her privates to someone else. So that goes to show you that this is a normal thing. This is something that they do. And this woman, I don't want to even say her name. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to even say this woman's name. But this woman was completely violated, and Tiffany did nothing. And so they get someone involved. But like I say, Umar Johnson. Now, Umar Johnson think that he's going to escape. If Umar Johnson, the way he is always told about women and sexualizing about women and sexualizing fantasies is business over poom poom and business over cookies and all this other shit. Yo, if he has to constantly address that, you know for a fact there will be an issue. He always talk about there's going to be a couples retreat and this retreat and that retreat. He opened up a school. You don't think that he's going to have a case of SA against him somewhere down the line? I think so. I think so. You know what I'm saying? I think so. I can see Umar getting into some type of SA trouble. It happens to the best of people. And it's so crazy because they show, I seen, or should I say, I heard JB, Pritzker, the governor. He spoke on the situation, but I was just looking at him. And I was like, he looked like he looked like he played with the diddler too. He looked like he's been down with the shenanigans. He looked like he's part of something funny, yo. I just don't know. Everybody just looks suspect at this point. Everybody looked real suspect at this point. And so this woman is just skating through, but she has she as she came all the way down to 2024, just like Umar Johnson, he was skating through, but as he came down into 2020, he came across me, and I kind of threw a little bomb in his little FDMG. Came out with the story. Just like this woman, they when she came out the story, it was a big major bomb in Tiffany's her movement. It slowed it down a little something. It really slowed it down. Because what happens next is they didn't even nominate her. She didn't give it, she didn't get it, she didn't become a nominee for the second term. Okay? They have to write her name in. They like F this chick. Because they had to get, what's that chick named? The ex-mayor. The ex-mayor came in. What's that? Lori Lightfoot. Yeah, Lori Lightfoot comes in the scene. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing all this in the news too. Like, yo, what's all this about? But you're just hearing it, and you're not paying attention a whole bit to it. You see it on the news. You see it on the news, but you're like, oh, that's Chicago. But you're not knowing how deep it is. And like I say, I really think that this rabbit hole runs very deep. I think all these politicians, citywide, statewide, is all in cahoots with a lot of stuff that goes back to these diddler. Like all this shit is just tied together. They need right people in position. Like even with Umar Johnson, he been invited to Illuminati party. Umar Johnson been invited to Illuminati party, folks. I told y'all this already. Umar Johnson, I think, has been compromised. Quiet as kept. He can talk all the talk he want, but I think he's been compromised. The school for little boys, I'm getting more nervous on it the more and more I think about it. Will he be a vessel for human trafficking? Who knows? But it's showing his character. It's showing. We got to be very careful nowadays when it comes to people. We got to really, really, truly be careful, and we got to really scout them out. Scout them out. Can you see Umar helping out with wrongdoings? I can see it. He said he'll talk about, I don't care who's doing the painting of the school. I don't care if he's a drug addict. I don't care if he has drug issues. I just need it done. Okay. That made me say, damn, you don't mind. You seem like one of those sneaky ones. We did like out of sight, out of mind sneak. Out of sight, out of mind funk. You know what I'm saying? One of those really sneaky ones who talk the talk real strong and good, but behind the scenes, like, whoa, 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 whoa. Umar got that whole character, bro. And it takes little stories to really come out for you to really realize. When he did not really put his foot down on Diddy off the jump and he tried to make it seem like, oh, Diego with the bow. I'm like, yo, dude, man. It's no setup. And even if it is a setup, it was a setup that was already staged from the beginning. They set him up just to get him where he, but it's no setup because of that. It's because it's really wicked. And you're not calling out for it being really wicked. So now Jay coming out. What you gonna say? Jay's being set up too. This person gonna come out. Oh, Denzel being set up too. They all gonna be as they come out. You always gonna say is a white man set up. Nah, man. Nah, man. No. And that's the problem. They was allowing this woman. Because they went with the black woman card, yo. That black woman card. When our black, they tried that with Kamala Harris, the black woman card. But Lori stepped in. She stepped in. She was who's Lori? She was the ex-mayor of Chicago. She's also, and this woman was completely, just say, yo, Lori, F off. Get up out of here. You disrespectful. Like, she had no respect to this woman, Lori. And so then that's where Lori was able to come up with, the spendings. And this what made them really start investigating. But Lori seemed like she was being treated like she was nobody. I'm saying to myself, who's this mayor? Who's this woman? Who's this Tiffany? Who is she? What card? Whose strings she's pulling? Who jingle ball she's jingling? What's going on with her? Because it seemed like she has no respect for no one. Like her authority oversees everyone. And that's spooky. And that's how Umar be moving. Umar be acting and moving like he is authority over everything. He's the black leader. No one can tell him nothing. F the courts. Yeah, the court might give you this paperwork, but I'm disregarding that paperwork. They can't do nothing to me because I'm black power. I'm the black leader. I'm black power. I'm the black leader. I'm the #1 Pan-Africanist on the planet. No one can touch me. He's moving the black power just like she's moving the black power. She's moving as a female. He's moving as a man. He ain't going to talk about that woman. He ain't gonna talk about that woman. And if he is, he probably gonna defend her. Like, look what they doing to this black queen. Look what that black queen is doing to herself. Yo, it was crazy because when it came to that her not getting nominated, remember she was so I'm the mayor for life. I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna get 2 seats. I'm gonna get that truck. I'm gonna be supervisor. I'm gonna be the super mayor again. I got 2 seats, the mayor and the supervisor of 16 counties. Y'all gonna see. And so when they went against her, and they nominated what's that dude named Harris instead of her? When they nominated Harris instead of her, she looked like she was like had her soul snatched up out of her. Over 600 people coming to a town hall meeting. They only got 20 some thousand people. 600 people coming to a town hall meeting, coming to vote. And this chick is trying to stunt. She played herself. She galvanizing all these people, organizing buses and busting them all in and busting all these people in. More money she's spending. She busting all these people to get to this vote. And by the time she get there late, and they already did what they did. Like, nah, you too late. And she's looking all like, how you gonna do this to me? You too late. Umar needs that type of treatment. The same spotlight that Diddy and Cardinal's getting, Umar need that spotlight. Umar need that spotlight that woman, the mayor's getting. Umar need that public spotlight. It's no longer online social media. He small social media. He need that major spotlight. We need to see his receipts, his spending, because all the lavish hotels and not really lavish hotels, but all the hotel spending, motel spending, all the trips and the money that he's spending on all sorts of food and women, Ubering them to him, Ubering them away from him. He needs a major investigation, just like this woman. What misuse of funds is misuse of funds. Just because it's your funds in this somewhat like what we should call it private, it's still public because these people are from the people from the communities all across the world is donating to you for a cause, and they are not getting nothing from their cause. And you talk about, I don't care if it take 10, 15, 20 years. These people ain't give you thousands of dollars for something for 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, 20 years down the road. There's no way in life they gave you money for in 2019 for something that's supposed to take place in 2029. They didn't give you money in 2014 for something to be taking place in 2030. They thought it was going to happen by 2020. When you got to school and they was giving for the HVAC, they thought it was going to happen for that time you said. You said the school would be opening blah, 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 blah time, and blah, 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 blah time, and blah, 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 blah time, and blah, 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 blah. And they gave because they thought you were serious. But they wasn't preparing for 30 years. And you saying, I don't care if it takes 30. No, the people didn't sign up for that. So now we talk about misuse of monies. When you going here, and you going there, who got my back in finding an investigator to investigate in Umar Johnson's misuse of the people's money? This is serious. If the mayor of Dalton County can be underneath investigation for her misuse of taxpayers' monies, then we need to find out and find an investigator who can and do investigation of the misuse of Umar Johnson funds. We need someone from Cash App to let us know who Umar Johnson is. Cash App. He don't have a home, so okay. It's not going towards a new apartment, a new house. So we need to really do a breakdown in the last 4 years of his travel expense. The book sales, because he don't have a job. He has no job. So because he has no job and his hustle is his books and getting events that he can sell his books at. When I was there, I didn't see a bunch of people walking out with his books. I seen one of the senators, he had a book, but I didn't see a bunch of people walking out with his books. I was there. So it's not like he blowing out books every day, every time he do his event. He's not blowing out 30 books an event. Okay? So where's he getting that bread where he can travel, go to Australia? Where's he getting that bread that he can pick up and go from Australia and go all the way to another country? Where's he getting that bread? Misuse of funds. Oh, shit. Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong button too fast. I tried to press put it on. I'm sorry. I tried to highlight it and I pressed the wrong button. What did it say? He said he's nervous of mainstream getting hold of it. Yeah, I agree. Damn, I tried to highlight it. My bad. Damn. Okay, I see it again. Let's get it back up there. That sucks. But this says, I don't know how it just popped back up, but it says Umar worried about the mainstream media focusing on him in the same way. That will truly be the end. And that's what I'm saying. Yes, you're right. That's why he's not going to bring no attention to her on that. He can't bring no attention to this woman. He be too nervous. And especially defending her. What are you going to say? This black queen needs us to rally behind her? She's a mayor in the county of 92% black folks. 92% of the town is black folks. Yes, they need mainstream media. He needs mainstream media. The same way that Sean Combs and Sean Carter got mainstream media on the situation, that a 30-year-old situation, a 20-year-old situation, a 30, 25-year-old situation, Umar Johnson needs the mainstream media on his situation. Misuse of management, misuse of monies. And we ain't talk about a few dollars. We talk about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of dollars that was misused. I really think that in all the years of Umar rocking his hustle with the FDMG, I believe that he personally used at least just wasted. I mean, just wasted. Like when I say wasted, he can say that the trips was really worth something, but it was just a waste. Like to Australia, who think that the trip to Australia was a necessary trip, a needed trip? The people needed him to be there. Who really think that that trip was a necessary trip, a needed trip? Because how much do a trip to Australia go for at this point? You know what I'm saying? Hotel, round trip. Was that a needed trip? I believe that Umar done blew at least $150,000 easy. When I say 100, I'm talking about just blowing. I'm just talking about randomly just blowing $150,000 of the funds, and then using the. I'm talking about blowing, and then another $100,000 of the funds for personal use, like seriously personal use. There's a difference between my blowing and the personal use. I think at least 250,000 dollars is Umar Johnson just mishandled. Easy. People gonna say, hell no, way more than that. Way more than that. But I'm being nice. In 10 years, I believe that easily easily $10,000 a year is $10,000 a month. Well, not $10,000 a month, but $10,000 a year for 10 years is no problem of him blowing. So you guys do the math. 10 years of him running the scam. The year is 2024, right? It's 2024 going to 2025. So in 10 years, 2024 to 2014, what, $10,000 each year, easy. That's a small thing. We know that's a small thing. This man is getting away with robbing the community the same way she was getting away with it. If this woman, Lori Blackfoot, Lori Lightfoot, if she didn't show up and pop up on the scene, if she didn't pop up on the scene, the people would not have known that. He would have truly got away with that. And that, my friend, is like murder. It's like murder because she was killing the people. Umar's killing the people. Every person who don't know and is showing him and giving him love and supporting him, it's like he's killing the people. That's what I'm saying. Do we, just like Sean Combs, every bottle of Ciroc that he serves and sells, every bottle and every dime that he gets from the bottles of Ciroc and the residual income and the people just supporting, it's like murder to the people who's in these tunnels. It's murder to these little kids. It's murder to these women and men. It's just we murdering our people. When I say we need a reset, we need to reevaluate ourselves and who we consider leaders, who we consider educators, who we consider what we want our children to mimic and follow and be and listen to, the music and entertainment. We need a major reset. It's way too late, folks. We keep screaming black power, black power, black power, but we need white power to get us right in proper perspective. What do I mean by that? Umar Johnson would have been like F Don 100%. But what Don had to do, he had to go to the white court system and get that black and white paper signed by the white clerk. He had to get white power to deal with a black issue. Where we at right now, if we think that we can have if we think that we as black folks going to run the country with Sean Carter's and Sean Combs and Umar Johnson's and Tiffany, I keep thinking Haddish, but Tiffany Henyard, if we think that we're going to really be able to run the country with these type of folks, look at Tiffany Henyard. Look at her eyelashes, son. Look like fingers. If this is the image of the people that we want our children to look up to open up the books and do reports on, we really need a reset because this is not civilized. This is so far from being civilized. Like I say, this woman, she wasn't nominated, and she organized a rally, a press conference to show her support, the people who behind her, and she talked about y'all better put some respect on my name. Like, girl, grow up. She took like I say, man, the Chicago folks, they a little nervous. They seem like they real rough. I mean, they talk about murder, kill out there. And this mayor, she seemed like she got a couple bodies. She seemed like she got a few bodies. I don't know. But folks, this is part one because, like I say, we got the dude. He's not giving no interviews. He's not locked up. Andrew Holmes. Like I said, I want to know how deep that rabbit hole goes with that whole situation because he's giving Diddy juice to the girl. He gave Diddy juice. He gave Diddy juice in Vegas to that girl. I want to know what event was taking place this time when they went out there. Did they just go out there on some random time, or did they go out there when there was something big going on in Vegas? Was Vegas really popping at the time? Was it a sports event? Let me look at my notes. When they go to Vegas? May 20. Yo, matter of fact, May. May. You know what happens in May in Vegas? It's always a fight. I don't know if it's a Canelo fight, or Mayweather, but it's always a fight in May in Vegas. This happened May 23rd. I want to know who was fighting in May of 2023. Who was fighting in Vegas in May 2023? What big old boxing match took place in May 2023? Because that's probably when they went out there. They was probably partying and having a grand old time on that credit card. And they labeled it as a business trip. Okay, it was. They went to the see. Once you understand the game, you understand the game. So they had an economic development conference the same week prior of a fight, and so they did a 2-for-1, and it was a business trip. Keep the receipts and have fun. And I think that girl was sacrificed. The young lady, Miss Dukes, I think she was sacrificed, you know what I'm saying? Because I think they were trying to break her in to be part of the club. But this fool, he did it all dirty and he did it wrong and she wasn't with it. A supermarket conference? What's mean a supermarket conference? A supermarket conference in Vegas? What's the supermarket conference in Vegas? They from Chicago. What they going to supermarket conference for? Well, help me out with what's a supermarket? That's funny. But the shit, they ain't learn how to the budgets. They had to use some food stamps. You know what I'm saying? A supermarket conference. They need food stamps and they need some coupons. Because that bill itself for that Vegas trip for 13 people, woo, was at least $13,000. Okay. Let's not say 13,000. It had to be at least for about $10,000 to $13,000. Henyard went to a mayor's conference that included meeting Biden at the White House. She used Thornton Township funds where she's a supervisor. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't think for 1 second that she was just, the Dalton County mayor and she wasn't known. She was, when she first came out, she made herself known. She was known. She was a worldwide figure to me personally. Okay, I think she really was in the news in every city and every state. Like this is hood politics heavy right here. This woman is straight hood politics. And if Anti is right about saying all this stuff that she's saying, I'm pretty sure that she was connected on something else. I really think that she became part of the clique. I really think that she was part of a clique, and she was going to be handed. She was probably being promised something big. She looked like the type that sell out. Because once they see once they saw her character, they knew that they can use her. Her character was a big old eagle. She was flamboyant. She liked that spotlight. She liked the fact that she was the first black woman. She's from Chicago. Mayor Barack Obama from Chicago. If she can keep climbing in the ranks, maybe she can be the mayor. Maybe she can run for being the president. Trust me. They was not playing no games. So you say that Vegas trip cost them damn near $100,000 for 13 people. That's what I'm saying. I'm being nice. I'm just saying $1,000 a head. They was balling out, folks. They was balling out. She was playing the game. She was learning the ropes. She was learning that she was being entered. I think she was going to be entered into the elites of politics and politicians. And I think they was opening the door for her. It's just that the people in Dalton County, they reneged. They didn't let that black woman, single black woman shit ride. She was too flamboyant. She was too Diddy-ish with the shit. She was too Diddy-ish with it. I can just imagine her little party she was throwing. She seemed like she's the party girl. She seemed like she just the yeah girl. She just seemed like she's the head snapper. She didn't seem like she was quiet. She don't seem like she's humble. She seemed like yo, she's little Kim. Like the dude said, he said that she, he thought, she's young. She brought energy. She had some good chants. And that's what I'm saying. Same with Umar. Umar, he has some good sayings, and he's young. It's at the time, you know what I'm saying. He can be the next black leader. They had the older senior citizen razzled and dazzled. That's why they was donating because they just wanted to see new, fresh energy. And he fed off that black power shit. He fed off of the black power movement. And right now, we need to know how much money was misused. Because once we can figure out what amount of money was really completely misused, like I said, we need a special investigator. A special investigator need to really be put together, an investigating team to find out how much money Umar received from the people. How could the FDMG get audited? Like really audited? Like how could they really be audited? But I had to let you know Diddy and Sean Combs because, like I said, this woman was SA'd by one of her staff and she stood by the staff side. That means that she set that girl up. She is part of the elites. She's part of something deep and dark. That's just my theory on it. You would think that she would have this woman back. She didn't have none of these females back. She would get rid of these females in a heartbeat. She's vicious. She's very bit vicious. What you say? Diddy made or brought in money. Henyard misused government funds. Yeah, Diddy definitely raised money, but I'm just saying that I think she's a vessel, man. When I say a vessel, I'm just really thinking like, yo, with this whole SA, this human trafficking. I'm thinking about this woman, Dukes, Fianna Dukes. That was her name, Fianna Dukes. I'm just thinking about that situation. How this woman was all she was brought in by Miss Single Black Woman. I'm just confused. The single black woman bring this young lady in. This young lady is a sex A. She's sexually assaulted. She comes to her, let her know about the situation, and this woman says, this is going to ruin my career." What you mean this is going to ruin your career? How is this going to ruin your career? This man SA'd you. Does just get him fired? But no, when she said this is going to ruin my career, that means something deeper. Because you brought the young lady in. If it's about single black women, have that single black woman's back. But she said, this is going to ruin my career, so I got to get rid of you. And I got labeled you have with mental issues. Okay, mental issues. Don't that sound like what the industry doing? Mental issues with these folks? Send them to mental hospital? What rule book is she? What rule book is she getting this shit from? Like this is the rules once you get in with the elites. This is the official rules. Anybody who opposes, you gotta label them mentally disabled. Nah, folks, y'all gotta stay focused. Just because they ain't talking about it, don't think it's not happening. She must been trying to get in on something. Because if this young lady brought this woman in, and you not not this young lady, if this woman brought this woman in, and this woman is not supporting and have her back, and she rather keep this man, this gotta be way deeper than what we're paying attention to. Because for this man to be video FaceTiming this woman and sending it to another person who's an officer, that means that this shit is deep. But I don't know, folks. We don't know. This is part one. We're gonna pay attention big time to the situation because, like I say, while Umar Johnson is not talking about, he talked about all this other Black Power shit. Why he not standing and defending this woman or standing up and talking about this woman? Either defending her or talking about her. Why he's not even bringing her to the light? We're gonna find out. Umar is already under security. It's underneath scrutiny with a cease and desist order. We can't say what the government is doing with Umar. Umar is already under scrutiny with a cease and desist order. We can't say what the government is doing with Umar. I don't know. The government, like I say, is the government using Umar for something? What is the government using Umar for? I'm really almost at the conclusion that Umar is an agent. I'm almost at a complete conclusion that Umar is an agent, folks, and I might as well just throw in the towel dealing with him because they gonna come kill me. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to just say I quit. He won because I'm believing that this nigga Umar is an agent on some type of level. Like I say, you got the politics, you got the entertainment, and you got the education system. And this black man, I think, is being compromised in some type of way because the internet world is no different than TV and the newspaper world. The social media world is no different than TV and the newspaper. And if the news is saying that this man is a crook, but the mainstream news is not jumping on it, he must be being protected by something. Because he must be a human trafficker. He must be trafficking girls from Africa. He got to be doing something funny because they not coming and attacking him. They don't need agents with all those flunkies. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Umar is an agent. Umar is something funny about Umar. There's something extremely funny about Umar Johnson. I think he's an agent. I think that they want him to front with the black power, because that keeps division. But it's just something about. I don't think that he's with us. I don't think it is, and I think that he's down with something because he seems like he's protected. The same way they had her protected. If it wasn't for Lori Lightfoot stepping in, this woman would have been skating still. And I think that I believe I'm just going to assume that she sacrificed that young lady. Well, folks, like I say, man, this is part one. We're going to see where it goes. We're going to see what's going to happen with this dude, Andrew. I think that's his name, Andrew Holmes, with his essay assault. We're going to see if they're going to allow this woman to run. You know what also got her off the ballot for the Democratic Party? Her mouth is so slick, yo. Her mouth is so slick. This bozo chick, when they try to make her step down, and she threw it in their face. She says, just like Trump. She's a Democrat too, and she said, just like Trump, I will win on a landslide. I will win by a landslide on both seats, like I always do. Okay, that was her mentality. I'm going to win on both seats like I always do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care. You can't do nothing about it because I sleeping with so and so. You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. Like, just like Trump, I will win by a landslide. I know those Democrats looked and like, what? Just like Trump. Whoa, girl. And they threw it in her face. So if this woman can get in and she win that seat off of a write-in, oh, you best believe she's going to be reaching out to Trump to switch the party. She's going to be reaching out to them Republicans because she's going to know that she can't do much on the Democrat side, but she's going to be reaching out to the Republicans. So she says she didn't win the seat. She was appointed the seat. She was appointed the seat. Even going, my theories is being woken, man. My theory's walking like tall now. At first it was just an embryo, but now my theory's walking. My theory went from being an embryo straight to running. She was appointed to position. Oh, supervisor. That shit. Even that's big because it's supervisor of 17 counties. How many? What's the? I'm pretty sure that's much bigger of a population than her town of Dalton. You know what I'm saying? Dalton was only 20 some thousand folks. When you look at Thornton County. When you look at Thornton County and all the different communities, I'm pretty sure it's more than 20,000 people. Shit, that's more. It's probably more power than the mayor of Dalton County. Damn, no one even came forward. No one else wanted it. No one else wanted it, and no one came forward to seek it. And they just handed it to this 37-year-old chick at the time. Like I say, man, there's a lot of things that goes on, and because a lot of us people don't really pay attention to politics from the age of like 18 all the way up to 45, that bracket is really not paying attention to politics in a strong manner. You can really get away with murder, and that's what this woman was doing. She was on her way to getting away with murder. It's just that she was just too flamboyant, like Sean Combs. She was way too flamboyant. That's what caught my attention to her. Like, the mayor? What mayor of what city is she? And I tapped in. I was like, it wasn't even like she popped. I've tapped in because of something like, who is this woman? And as I'm paying attention, I wish I would have covered the story was it 2 years ago when I seen it? It was about 2 years ago. I was like, yo, this woman's out of control. So, folks, Umar Johnson, are you going to defend this woman? Are you going to watch her be thrown underneath the bus? You going to run? You don't want no spotlight on you? It's all good, though. You know why it's all good? Because I still have a flashlight. And I still have a couple batteries in my back pocket. So therefore, I'm going to put the spotlight on you. But Umar, please stop misusing the people money and spending money on all the security. How much money have you spent on security? Huh, Umar? How much money has Umar Johnson spent on security alone to go to speaking engagements? What is he talking about? Is he talking about something that Israel is going to send some spies? Who's going to come and try and kill Umar that he needs to spend $600, $500, $400, $300, $200 on security? That's some really bad between the security and just unnecessary traveling. Wasn't her nickname the city? Jimmy, wasn't her nickname the city girl mayor? That's what I'm saying, yo, for real, for real. The city girl mayor. She was paying her car note with taxpayer money. Yo, let me tell you what. I don't know if you was here when I was talking about it, but real quick, Amazon received $42,000 from her on one day on three different buys. She bought three different things from Amazon that cost $42,000. Okay, $42,000. What else she spent some bread on? She spent some bread on Best Buy. I think Best Buy caught like almost $8,000. You understand? Like, this woman was out of control, and like she had some pull. Maybe it was the governor. Maybe let's connect this dot. Let's throw some fake news out there. And fake news that you got proven prove me wrong. I think that she and JB, I think she did something in the back room with JB. You know, the governor, that billionaire. You say she was city girl. I think that city girl did some old. She did some old. I think she sat on his lap, gave him a lap dance with no drawers on. The governor, JB, that billionaire, and he basically was her green light to think that she could do anything. Because when it was brought to his attention, he was like, well, you know what I'm saying, I think that we got two good people on it between Lori Lightfoot and whatever other officer that's on the case. It was like he was like, and he had to look like, I don't even want to be at this press conference because she was just sucking me off the other day. You know, he really had that look. I'm just throwing out fake news theory. Fake news theory. That's all I'm doing right now. It's not factual. I'm just throwing out fake news theories that is very close because it's somebody of power had to be giving her the green light. And what's the dude named JB, the mayor, JB Pritzker? He's a billionaire, I believe. JB Pritzker, I think he's a billionaire, right? And you see how she is. She's a single black woman. Well, come on, single black baby. Come on over here and give JB a little head. I got your back. You do whatever you like. You that city girl. You remind me of that city girl. Twerk, baby, twerk. Yeah, do it. She was called the city girl mayor, and she represented herself 1,000% like the city girls. And if she really had that city girl mentality, I think it's safe to say that she did some favors for somebody, and it could be that billionaire governor. because she was moving and acting like she was invincible. So it had to be somebody of authority. And like I said, I looked at that dude JB, and I was like, yo, he just looked. I put a note. I was like, yo, he looked funny. Matter of fact, I think I put a note. I think I put a notation about JB. Let me see. Well, I did it somewhere in there. I think I really did. I said he looks like he's. I said JB looked like he spikes drinks too. I think he looked like he spikes drinks in black women. I did put that note. Because that's just the energy I got from him, just looking at him. I was like, he looked like he's be spiking these black girls' drink too. Shit, Diddy had, look, think about this. If this man had 1,000 bottles of the baby oil, do you really think that was just all for him? No, he was hustling that shit. He was a drug dealer. How much you think those bottles was worth? Huh? Those bottles of oil had to be worth something. And it wasn't no cheap value. You understand what I'm saying? Because this dude spiked her drink with something. And it definitely sounded like some Diddy spiking. Andrew Holmes. These people was moving that shit by the shipments, by the shipment load. And trust me, it wasn't too little people, it was too big people in high places. Diddy was the connect from the streets for the industry and for white America and for all those people. He was a connect. That pink cocaine, he was a connect. They don't confiscate 1,000 bottles just for one man for his own videos. That was for shipment. That was for hustle. I wonder how much was the bottle. It wasn't no $20 for that bottle. That's not no $20 bottle. That's like a bottle of rosé times 5. Can you imagine no Diddy baby oil worth $1,000 and he had 1,000 pieces of it? You guys gotta really, really pay attention to that and connect dots. That's even if the dots don't even make sense that they go together, put them together, and the people gotta prove that these dots are irrelevant. Stay focused, folks. Stay focused. We gotta watch these cons. We gotta watch these people with black faces that's raping. Oh, sorry, folks. That's really getting the people. Doing the people wrong, doing the people dirty, misusing the people funds. Umar Johnson, we going to, should I say, we going to keep our eyes on you. We got to keep our eyes on you. Because, yo, you're not going to come into this mainstream and you're going to embarrass us men. No, sorry, Bob. All right, folks. So that's what I got for you. We got this mayor of Dalton County. And when I look at her, I see Umar Johnson. They have the same characteristics. And now I'm looking at her and I'm thinking that she has a connection with these industry folks. I think that she was going to be some form of, for Chicago, I think she was going to be a door for Chicago. I think they was going to promise her for power positions for Chicago. That's just my theory. Because they need their politicians in place. They need their politicians in place in every city, every county, every state. They need their people in place. Like Kamala Harris, she was a person put in position to make sure this happen, make sure this don't happen. Once we can really identify the real problem is that we blind. So take those blinders off, take those earplugs out your ears, and let's get focused. Thank y'all for your listening ear. You heard? Thank y'all for your support. You hear me? 10:35. I think that's a good time. I'm gonna shut it down on this right here. Okay, I'm gonna shut it down on this one right here. This is part 1. Peace.